Guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if it's the first time you found us. Dogwood Springs. Today we've got a little quick project going, or I hope it's a quick project. I'm just making a length guide for my firewood, and this is not, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. You can find this stuff, all over, very similar things. I'm probably going to do a few little modifications to just suit me from what you can find elsewhere, but just going to show you what we're working on, and maybe it'll help you, and that'd be great. Also, just want to add, this is not a firewood specific channel by any stretch. That's just kind of what I've been working on mostly here lately, and so that's kind of been the bulk of my content, but there will be plenty of other stuff as we move along. But we'll get started, and thanks for tuning in. Okay, first we're going to walk you through the supplies that I have and my plan as far as this process, and then we will get to work. So as far as the things that I actually bought, this is a 1/2-inch PVC, came in 2-foot lengths from your big box home supply store, and in a magnet. And it's the best thing to me about this magnet is the actual cover on it as far as my purposes. Now, what I've seen before is that you would just center that on there best you could, and then put Loctite or whatever on there and hold it, and they seem to be happy with that. I'm going to add a little bit more of extra strength to it. I got this flange nut that happens to fit just right in this pipe, and I'm going to put it in first like that, and then I'm going to use the Loctite around there. And next we're going to drill the hole out for my bolt so my bolt will fit through there, and then we'll put it through the underside. And as long as your bolt, the head on it doesn't stick out past the magnet, you should be good in that regard. And so that's all I'm going to do. And then I'm put it, screw it in there, and then add more Loctite around the edge, just like normally would. I marked my length to cut on here, so I got my cutters to cut the pipe, and 18 inches is what I use, and then I just added a 16-inch mark in case I'm ever wanting to cut that length. But for my personal use, 18 is what I want. And I've had a lot of stuff that I cut way long this year, I noticed when I was loading the fireplace, so that's one of the reasons I'm going and doing this now. But that's it, and as far as the supplies, and we'll get started. We've got our 18 inches. One thing I didn't mention is if you do have to drill this hole out bigger for whatever bolt you are using, all the shavings from that metal are gonna stick to your magnet, so that makes for a little harder cleanup. So we're back a few days later. Had to redo this, like I said, because the first tube of Loctite did not set, did not hold. But I got some new one, and it's quite sturdy now. Just want to talk about it for a second, then we're going to try it out. Again, I put the bolt in there just for that added strength to extend down the tube, so when you were breaking it off, the magnet off the bar, that you just have that extra rigidity, so it wouldn't put as much pressure on the bond, on the glue. I think it would hold up fine without it, but I just like to add that. But anyway, I got it, and I may go back and add paint or tape or something else just to make it clearer, as far as if I wanted to have different measurements on here. But that's it. And then I want to show you, this is one of the ones from the original that I had some time back. It's actually a Quick Sticks brand, and it came with and it's flexible, but they snap pretty. It's not nearly as flexible as you'd like to be, but I think it came in a 3-pack with like 3 different, like 14, 16, and 18-inch lengths. And so it's really handy, and I like the fact that it screwed onto the bar nut down there, because it was out of the way more, and you could saw and it wouldn't be in the way of the blade or anything like that ever. I'm sure having it on there all the time is also why it's a lot more prone to snap off. But it's just threaded on the end. The nut it came with was not the size of your standard bar nut though, so that's for pain as far as if you do need to take it off to make adjustments or whatever, clean out, having to have a whole separate wrench. But I mean, that's easy enough fix. It's still the same thread, so you just could get a larger nut. But anyway, without further ado, we'll try it out and hopefully won't tear anything up. Alright, there we go. One thing I hadn't really even thought about, that's really nice compared to the kind that mount on the nut there, is that whatever's most convenient for you, whatever side of the tree you need to be working on, that's the side you put it on. And so that's a benefit that I hadn't even considered. But there we go. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and y'all come back and see us.